What is up, everybody, and welcome back to Divine Journey 2. So I've done just a few things since last time. One of those being, I've added our newest ingots onto the wall. So these crystalline pink slime ingots we don't really have a use for. They've been kind of a pain, but we will need them later for co-processing units. Pink slime energy conduits, and eventually a few other things like these singularities, and I think there was one other thing from here. Yeah, whatever this is. But yeah, I've added that one as one of our ingredients on the wall. We also have 8 stacks of brown slime ingots. And we have almost 4 stacks of pink slime ingots. We're doing great. I've also added numerous automations down here on these walls and reworked a few of them around. So we now have popped chorus up here, pulverized charcoal, bronze blend, diamond, and black quartz dust. Don't mind the trim here, it's just temporary. I also added nether quartz, white dye, green dye, lime dye, crushed lapis, flint, and I set up the one for treated leather, but we can't automate this yet until we get this fluidic fabrication module, which requires interface molecular assemblers, which will be a little while. So we can't get to those yet, but it's here once we need it. I have also added on this side, and I was very careful to do this with 3 stacks of cobblestone in here. Pulsating crystals and grains of piezoality, as well as automating all of the organic dyes for chassis. I moved these guys over here, and I've reduced them down to 1 stack. All the extra resources are now just kind of sitting in here waiting to get used up, because I know they will. Especially once we start adding the other chassis and stuff to the wall. I've also changed out our pink slime production just a little bit. Don't mind the animal noises. I will be putting a muffler over here soon. They are now 8 cows on either side, because cows only have a 5-minute breeding cooldown. And I have removed the grower here and the adult filter, because it doesn't matter whether they're a baby or an adult, you get the same amount of slime and meat. So, yeah. It's just immediately slaughtering the babies. I ain't gonna complain. I have taken the grower and the animals, the adult filter, and brought them down here. You can see I have a lot of buffalo in there. They almost don't fit. And I have more cows over here. And this is a mob crusher from Industrial Foregoing that is doing the same job as that upstairs, except it is giving us all of the resources over here. So as you can see, we've got a good amount of hide, good amount of leather. Teeth, I don't really care about, which is why I let them just have a default stack. These will probably get upgrades later on, and the meats. And of course our fertilizer, which is full. Over in our farms, I have added and changed a few little things here and there. So you can see our roots crops are now on a planter gatherer. So I went ahead and made these between videos. We have a plant gatherer over here. There is a sower down below. I have also made these spores recreators over here that you literally just feed them water and power and you get mushrooms. So I figured, why not? The only problem I have with them is they're so expensive. They cost a farming station each. But down here, I have a plant sower that is set up with each of them. It's locked, so it won't ever get screwed up. And that's just the water and stuff. You can see I have an unending bowl right there just to add some water into there. I have also relocated our wheat for the plant grower for the buffalo and cows. That's our canola. This is our other crops. It's another plant sower and gatherer setup. I haven't changed this one to be raised up one, which I do for the purpose of being able to access stuff down here. I'll have to change that out. But I have an entire layer down here with another farming station that is nothing but wheat. This is producing all the wheat I need. It actually does produce enough that if I wanted to put a plant grower on that top animal area, I could. We just don't need to. But because of that, we have so much wheat that I have a nearly full drawer over here already. 383 stacks of wheat. You can see it collects it pretty quick, even though that plant grower can use it pretty quick at times. We're getting rid of these wires today. Hopefully. I don't expect to make a whole lot of progress on stuff today, but I do want to make a few things happen. And one of those is we are going to push down this chunk over here. Because I want to get close to the mineral tree so I can farm up some of that for next time. As well as we're going to get down to this quantum quantification disk, which will allow us to make the deep dark portal, which we have access to now. It's just dark steel blocks, quintuple compressed cobblestone, which I have, and this quantum disk. So we need to get to that quantum disk to open up the deep dark, and with that, we are also going to grab the quarry. So in order to get that, I'm going to wait until we have the actual deep dark portal, and then we're going to set this guy up. We're going to give it a power cell, and then we're going to set it up with its own little drawer network inside so that it can run like that. The other big achievement that I want to get for today is I want to get us a bunch of crafters to set up some more automations. Namely, a couple of our key automations that we need to set up are GP powder, RF powder, mana dust. By the way, I moved our viaducts inside the pillars. Our base is looking so clean out here, with the exception of that mess. But I can't really do a whole lot with that. Anyway, I have added another floor down here in preparation for our next major step, which is going to be moving into actually additions. These Empower setups are pretty large, and they're going to take up both sides of this corner. I think it's just these two sides. It might need a third. And then I'll have a whole corner that's nothing but atomic reconstructor stuff. Oh, I'm missing some covers there. You can see I brought the viaduct down. This side has our ME conduit, or ME cable. It's a dense cable running through there. And then, as you can see there, I've got power coming down here. As I was saying, I want some crafters to get a few things automated. And one of those being we're going to use one to automate all of the dust that are right here. And the dusts are going to get moved up into a sequential fabricator to produce mana dust once we get RF powder automated. GP powder is going to end up over here somewhere. And it's going to take the... what is it? The diamond dust, black quartz dust, redstone, and glowstone, and our existing GP powder that we have, and it will loop into itself to keep it stocked. Hopefully. I think I got that done right. I think I can figure that one out right. I have a couple of crafters already made. It's just going to take me a second to figure out how to actually do that if I set it up correctly. That other drawer that was down there on the corner in the pillar, we're going to end up getting rid of that. We're not going to use that one for the mana dust. Anyway, in order to move forward with the stuff that we have for to get to the portal. Oh, and one last thing I want to do is I want to get into this dark armor, the dark steel armor set. It's upgradable with various attached upgrades and powering and stuff like that. And I think that'll be a great thing for us to have to move past what essentially was a temporary set that I made from the Rhino plate stuff in Erebus. Actually served me pretty well, with the exception of the helmet has practically no durability to it. So that thing didn't last long at all, which is why I wound up not wearing any of it, even though I spent all of these enchantments on it. Kind of disappointing, but oh well. Anyway, we need mana diamonds. No, we're not there yet. Mana diamonds are on my mind because one of the things we're going to need is going to be used in them, and that is these hyper diamonds. Hyper diamonds are going to be one of those difficult items for us to automate because it requires exploding. And we need to explode industrial grade graphite dust, which comes from this industrial grade graphite ore. We can just run another enrichment chamber, pressure pulverizer, whatever. But we need this industrial grade graphite ore, which is an HOP graphite ingot, a graphite bar, and dark stone. Dark stone is any stone and 4 dark steel ingots. Do I want to automate these at the moment? Probably. Am I going to? No. We're just going to make a stack. So this should give us plenty of hyper diamonds to start with, and that gives us our first quest for the day. And that gives us some dark steel ingots back. Yeah. No. That. I've been playing other games, so I keep wanting to press E on the terminals and doors and stuff. It's being annoying. Anyway, let's go ahead and, you know what, we'll run you through the sag mill. You can't go through the sag mill, so pulverizer it is. Oh, right, I have another step. Let's grab some charcoal. Let's grab some of our HOP graphite, which we have a ton of. I have that automated downstairs. Yeah, there we go. I have 500 of it. And that'll get back to making its own stuff. And where is my alloy smelter? Oh, I need to turn you into graphite bars real quick. We're going to stick our darkstone, graphite bars, and HOP graphite ingots into an alloy smelter. It's going to take them a minute, but it should produce our industrial grade graphite ore. Now I'm going to let the rest of those go, but this I'm going to stick through the sag mill here. I'll grab those out before they get yoinked by the system. We have our industrial grade graphite dust. We'll complete the quest for those once we get through them. Yeah, it wants us to make more. Here, let's... There we go. That gives me that. I'll go ahead and put those through there. Mind the hopper. That's whenever I need to make the zombie stuff in here. Can I empower this? I can. Okay, that might make that a little more opportunistic. Are you not actually pulling into the system at the moment? I don't think you are. Oh well. Well, that should give us our industrial grade graphite dust. Oh, we get a choice reward here. I'll take the energetic alloy. I use that more often. So the graphite dust needs to be exploded to get hyper diamonds. And it is 1-to-1. And one of the things we have is this creeper trophy. Now I'm going to... my obsidian. I'm going to regret this. We're going to go out here for a minute, because I don't want to do this inside in case we actually break something. But it should be able to here. Let's go all the way over here. I don't really care about this little corner right here. Ah! So we can make explosions and it doesn't destroy anything. I don't know if it'll destroy anything without the obsidian. Apparently not. Okay, so if I put that right there. Yeah! we can automate that pretty easy. I'll just have to give it a sound muffler so that it doesn't sound like everything is exploding all the time. Okay, so we have our hyper diamonds. This was a nice quick 5 minutes to get those. Here, you can have those. You can have those. Oh, that's the other thing I want to do for today. I want to get the cobble works, or what are they, the stonework factories? Material stonework factories. I want to make a couple of these. They're not the cheapest thing. Because I want to make one for gravel, sand, and glass. And they are super useful for all the stuff that they're going to make for us. Let me see if I have out of these infinity by metal gears again. I really need to automate this stuff at this point. So here we go. We have 1, 2, and 3. That should give us all of the stuff we need for that. And those are just going to go right down here. All in one. Yeah. So these guys are going to end up going right here. Right in these little gaps that I have. Should already be power in such form. And the way we're going to end up doing it is, yeah, look at that. Cobblestone. And I want to say grind mode will give us gravel. I think I have some drawers with some of our stuff up here. I don't think I have any sand. Oh no, I have a gravel drawer. We're actually need to change this out for a... I really hate when it lands back there. Gimme. So I have this, and we have this. So that should be our gravel automatically set up, and we can give it... what is it? This one. How can I do this? So while I could use conduits, I did learn about these guys. And I think these are what I want. If the game will catch up to me. And the way these work would be I can do that. And now if I apply it to this machine, that is pushing up. So the gravel is now going into the drawer. Perfect. Okay, so for this one, let's turn you off for the moment. I want you to grind and grind. I think that should give me sand. Yeah. So now we're getting sand there. We have this one, which is holding sandstone. And let's grab one of these. Get our direction. What do we want? We want east. There we go. And now we're getting sand. Fantastic. One thing I do want to do for that though is I want to give it an upgrade. Because I know we're going to end up using sand like crazy for stuff. And down here, go ahead and disable you. We're going to set it to grind, and furnace should give us glass. That means I can put this one here. And then we will do the same thing for this. Push you up. And there we go. 3 simple automations to give us gravel, glass, and sand. Nice and easy. So one of the steps I wanted to do today is to get these mineral saplings. I am not good at integrated dynamics. I can do the absolute basic stuff with it, but I am not good with it. But I'm going to go ahead and get the saplings so that we can get resources started before next time when I want to take a deep dive into it. And one of the things that we're going to need to do for it is just get one single sapling. Am I out of mithril? I am out of mithril. Okay, I guess we're not doing that just yet. What are you missing? Mana dust. I guess we're going to automate mana dust real quick. So mana dust I said was going to need a single crafter. Oh, crake. Right, crakey. Crap. Mana dust requires... Is it GP powder? It's RF powder. I have to automate both of them. Okay, well, let's... Ugh. Or I could just manually make a few mana dust so we can get enough for what we need. And I will try to do that automation here in a few minutes. Okay, I have our 5 mana mithril to give us our 1 mineral sapling. Now the mineral sapling, I'm going to go ahead and take it over to our farm. And I'm going to set it up in its own drawer. It does have a bunch of things that it does collect from it. But I think I should be able to set up drawers for it once I have this, these dark oak trees tend to break it. Let's go ahead and think. I don't know why it doesn't break all of them with that, but it doesn't always break all of them. I think I want to shut off the output on this for a minute. Give you 1 sapling there. And I'll come back to that. Okay, so I have enough of these crafters. I had enough stuff to make 4 of them. It does want us to upgrade all the way up to a tier 3 for at least 1. I'm not worried about that at the moment. I may use that down in some of our areas, like over... I don't even really have any good spots that I could use it to automate things. Hi, Kyle. Kyle is enjoying having a little more free access around the base without all the pipes and stuff in the way. So he now has access through a decent chunk, I think. I want to say he does. Otherwise, I may need to change these into fences or something for him to be able to get around. So I have 4 tier 1 crafters. I know for a fact I need at least 1 to be upgraded to a tier 2. And to make the tier 2 is actually pretty easy. So let's start getting some of our powders and stuff down here automated. Starting with, let's start over here. I want my interfaces. It'll make this stuff a whole lot cleaner. Because then I can just connect it in one spot and stack them. Anyways. I think what we're going to end up doing right here is we're going to set up... How do I want to do this? I've actually decided to set it up like this. I think this should work just fine. Oh, I don't need the tier 2. I just need a tier 1 for this. So this is going to get... Our 2 recipes are going to be GP powder. And I'll have to find a way to pipe everything over here. And you are going to apply. And then we're going to have RF powder. As our second one in here. So now I'm going to need a few things to come this way. Let's start grabbing some of our resources. So it seems like it's working. I think I have everything set up on this right. I just realized I went through my old description about how this thing works and everything without having my mic turned on. Professional over here. So we have all of our stuff for RF powder. We have our RF powder actually being extracted, put into the drawers, and then pulled back from the drawers to put back into here. I could do it with self-feed. I don't think I need to. I could give this a higher priority, which means it will try to feed this first before it feeds anything else. Well, I can set you on self-feed, although now it's not working at all. Oh no, there it is. There it was. It worked. It's just waiting on black quartz. While I'm waiting on that, let's go ahead and set up our item right here, which is going to be our tier 2 crafter. And this is going to be used to automate the dusts that are right here. So I needed 4 recipes in here, specifically for this. Let's go ahead and let's grab our recipes. We need pyrotheum dust. We need ryotheum dust. Oh, it doesn't want to recognize. Okay, well, whatever. Fine, I will manually input your recipe. And I will do the same for you. That gives us all of our dust here. We can go ahead and put a redstone, because that one is used for all of them. And now I need to collect all the items so that we can set up our filters and stuff for this as well. Okay, I think I've set everything up on this one as well. It means if I give this power, we should start seeing dust coming in. As resources start rolling in. I didn't add redstone to that input. It would help if I did. Now let's do 8. And look at that. Go ahead and remember those outputs as well. And now I can set you on active. Now it's going to start extracting those to put those into the drawer below. And this whole system should go on its own. And look at that, we're starting to get dust. It'll craft up to 8 stacks of each. I have a number of stacks of the powders here that I'm going to end up having to use. But that means that I don't have to worry about any of that. Now, our next one that I do want to set up the automation for requires another... Are you on brown? Sure. You're going to get a limited item filter for Protheum dust? Protheum dust. Pyrothium dust. Petrothium dust. And... oh, I have it down here. RF powder. The only thing I need to add is RF powder to our additions over here, somehow. While we're over here, we can see how well this stuff is doing. Our GP powder is maxed out. Our RF powder, on the other hand, is not crafting. What am I missing? I have everything for it. Oh, you know what it is? No, it doesn't seem to want to work. It'd help if I say apply. There we go. It just missed it. Yeah, there we go. Now it's working. Okay, so we have automated RF powder. We have automated GP powder. I'll have to figure out a way to clean all this mess up. Maybe I'll end up putting something else right here eventually. I don't know. But that is our RF powder automated. I have some extra GP powder. That's not really a problem. Let's grab some of the RF powder.